Have you ever questioned if our homes are too clean for our health? It's a thought that might seem counterintuitive in our modern society where cleanliness is often equated with health. But what if I told you that being too clean could actually be detrimental to our well-being? This is where the hygiene hypothesis comes into play. The hygiene hypothesis is a theory that suggests a lack of exposure to infectious agents and certain microbes during childhood can lead to an increased risk of autoimmune diseases and allergies in later life. It's like a gym for our immune system. Without the right kind of workout, our immune system might not develop the strength it needs to protect us. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly are these good bacteria we keep talking about? Well, they are the billions of tiny microbes that live on and in our bodies. They come in all shapes and sizes and have different roles. Some help us digest food, some help regulate our immune system, and some might even affect our mood. In a world obsessed with antibacterial soaps and disinfectants, our exposure to these beneficial microbes has significantly decreased. We're essentially living in microbial deserts, devoid of the biodiversity our immune systems need to develop properly. This shift towards extreme cleanliness isn't just happening in our homes, it's a cultural phenomenon. As Elizabeth McCormick, an assistant professor of architecture and building technology, points out, advertisements for hand soaps and detergents underscore the fear of germs, while advertisements for prescription drugs also emphasize visual representations of germs. This fear of germs has led to a culture of excessive cleanliness and what McCormick calls urban germaphobia. But it's this very fear that might be making us more susceptible to allergies and autoimmune diseases. So, the next time you reach for that antibacterial soap, consider the hygiene hypothesis. Could our obsession with cleanliness be doing more harm than good? As Elizabeth McCormick aptly puts it, the realization that diseases could be spread through human transmission, not environmental conditions, induced a culture of excessive cleanliness and urban germophobia. So, what happens when our immune system doesn't get exposed to these germs? You may ask. Well, it's a bit like taking a test without studying. You're likely to struggle. When our immune system is not exposed to various microbes, it doesn't get the chance to learn how to respond effectively. In other words, it's not well prepared to protect us from harmful invaders. Let's delve into the science behind this with insights from Byram Bridle, an associate professor of viral immunology at Canada's University of Guelph. Bridle explains that the immune system needs to learn how to differentiate between dangerous and safe substances. This learning process, known as immunological tolerance, primarily takes place during early childhood. It's a critical period during which the immune system matures and sets its responses. But here's the kicker. If our environment is overly clean, the immune system may not get sufficient exposure to safe molecules and microorganisms, and this can disrupt the learning process. The result? The immune system can become dysregulated, meaning it lacks the control to respond appropriately. It's like a car without a proper steering mechanism. It can veer off course and cause havoc. This dysregulation can have serious implications. The immune system may start reacting to harmless substances like pollen or certain foods, leading to allergies. It might also struggle to keep autoimmune diseases at bay. Essentially, it's like the immune system has become a hypersensitive alarm system that goes off at the slightest hint of danger, whether it's real or imagined. So, what does this mean for our kids? Well, it suggests that children raised in overly clean environments may be at a higher risk of developing hypersensitivities like allergies and asthma, as well as autoimmune diseases. It's a bit of a paradox, isn't it? In our quest to protect our children from germs, we might actually be doing them a disservice. Bridle explains, this is thought to result in a higher incidence of hypersensitivities like allergies and asthma, as well as autoimmune diseases in children raised in overly clean environments. So it seems that a bit of dirt might not be such a bad thing after all. If our homes are too clean, what can we do about it? It seems counterintuitive, but the answer might be to introduce more germs, specifically beneficial ones. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about good bacteria, the kind that helps to bolster our immune systems and protect us from disease. Enter the concept of a household probiotic. Much like the probiotics we take to aid our digestion, a household probiotic would introduce a mix of beneficial microbes into our living environment. These friendly germs would be purposefully selected for their ability to stimulate our immune system in a way that's safe and effective. This isn't about letting your home descend into filth, but rather about fostering a more diverse microbial environment. It's about moving away from the idea that all germs are bad and embracing the fact that we evolved alongside these microscopic organisms for millions of years. They're a part of our world and we need them just as much as they need us. But how would this work? Imagine a spray or perhaps a diffuser that disperses a carefully curated mix of microbes into your home. These microbes would then interact with your children, helping their immune systems to recognize and respond to a variety of organisms. This early exposure could be crucial in building up defenses and preventing the development of allergies and asthma. This idea is more than just a theory. Elizabeth McCormick, an assistant professor of architecture and building technology at the University of North Carolina, discusses this in her new book, Inside Out: Human Health and the Air Conditioning Era. She suggests that introducing a household probiotic could be a practical solution to the problems posed by our overly sanitized homes. However, it's important to note that this is still a new field of research and more studies are needed to fully understand the potential benefits and risks. Nonetheless, the concept is intriguing and could be a game changer in how we approach cleanliness and health. As McCormick suggests, seeding our homes with good bacteria may be the key to boosting our children's immune systems. So, the next time you reach for that antibacterial spray, remember, not all germs are bad. Some of them might just be the allies we need in our fight against disease. But what does this mean for our day-to-day lives? Well, it's about shifting our perspective on cleanliness and health. The research suggests that our homes may be too clean and we should consider introducing good bacteria into our environment. It's not about throwing away our cleaning products or letting dirt pile up, but rather it's about understanding that not all germs are harmful. Some microbes, in fact, play a crucial role in developing a robust immune system, especially in children. Take, for instance, the idea of a household probiotic. It's similar to probiotics we ingest for gut health, but this one is for our homes. It's about letting our living spaces be exposed to a variety of microbes, not just the ones that make us sick. This could mean rethinking our cleaning routines. Maybe we don't need to sterilize every surface every day. It could also mean opening windows more often to let in outside air, or spending more time outdoors to expose ourselves to a diverse range of environmental microbes. A radical shift, perhaps? But it's important to remember that this is about achieving a balance. We still need to maintain a clean environment to prevent harmful infections, but we also need to understand that a sterile environment isn't necessarily a healthy one. This new perspective may also impact how we design and build our homes. Architects and builders might need to consider how to create spaces that promote the circulation of healthy microbes. This could involve designing homes with more natural ventilation or using building materials that encourage microbial diversity. In essence, we're talking about cohabitating with microbes rather than waging war on them. It's a shift from a germaphobia-driven lifestyle to a more balanced, microbe-friendly approach. And this isn't just a theory. There's compelling scientific evidence supporting this approach. Studies have shown that overly clean environments can lead to elevated rates of allergies, asthma, and autoimmune diseases. So it's worth considering. Could a bit of good dirt be the key to healthier living? Scientific evidence from studies that have noted elevated rates of allergies, asthma, and autoimmune diseases in overly clean environments supports this new perspective. So, are our homes really too clean for our health? This question has been at the heart of our discussion today, and the evidence seems to suggest that this might indeed be the case. We've journeyed through the landscape of the hygiene hypothesis, which posits that a lack of exposure to infectious agents and certain microbes during childhood could lead to an increased risk of autoimmune diseases and allergies later in life. The idea isn't to expose our children to harmful diseases, but rather to a variety of safe microbes that can help train and regulate their developing immune systems. We've also delved into the impact of overcleanliness on our immune systems. Modern cleaning practices, while keeping our homes spotless, might be robbing us of essential exposure to these beneficial microbes. Our immune systems, deprived of this exposure, might become overly sensitive and prone to reacting to harmless substances, leading to allergies and autoimmune diseases. We explored the concept of seeding our homes with germs, not with harmful ones, but with household probiotics. These probiotics are essentially good bacteria that can help expose our children to the microbes they need for a healthy immune system. This is especially crucial considering that most of us spend up to 90% of our time indoors, limiting our exposure to a variety of microbes. Finally, we looked at the real-life implications of this research. If the hygiene hypothesis holds true, then our current cleaning habits might need some serious rethinking. We might need to shift from a culture of germaphobia to one that understands and appreciates the role of microbes in our health. As we wrap up, it's important to remember that this isn't about abandoning cleanliness, but rather about finding a balance. It's about understanding that not all germs are harmful and that exposure to a variety of safe microbes can be beneficial for our immune systems, especially during childhood. As we rethink our cleaning habits, remember Bridle's words, "The human immune system learns to differentiate things that are dangerous from things that are safe, and it gets programmed to respond to the former and ignore the latter."